we are going to talk about the Tom Ford Honeymoon palette, and I will be showing you how I created this look, this halo eye look. This palette is an all shimmer palette. So the formula of this specific palette is the wet and dry formula. You can use it dry and you can use it wet. This is how it looks like when you first get it, and it comes with a pouch. You guys, isn't it so cute? I love how elegant the palette looks like with its gold Tom Ford in the bottom. Let's move on to the swatches. First, it is the lightest shade. It is the Shimmering Peach. This is very shimmery, hence the name Shimmering. And as you can see here, it is very peachy against my skin tone. And with that one swipe, you can see that it is very pigmented. The next shade is this taupey color here, and it's described as a sand color, and this is such a nice crease color shade, and I love the slight shimmer on it. I love how this is more neutral than the peachy shade next to it. And the next shade is the color that is described as a plum shade, and I love how they put a bright color in here, but as you can see here, it's not that bright, and you definitely can build it up to be wowie bright. The last shade that we have is described as a dark purple, and as you can see here, this is the least shimmery of all, but when you swatch it, doesn't it look brown but with just a hint of purple? Let's try out the wet version. So I sprayed my finger with the Morphe setting mist, and this is how it all looks like when it's used as a wet formula. I would use it in the wet version to brighten up my eyelid if I want a little more punch to it, because that is exactly what it does. Just look at the comparison between the dry and wet. Now moving on to the tutorial and how I created this look. I started with my MAC Prep and Prime. For my primer, I love this one, it works so well. I am going to start with the sand shade, the second color in the palette, and I will be placing that on my crease shade. You can do this two ways. You can use this first or you can use this later, but I love doing this first as always. That's just how I do it, you know. And then next I will be taking this brush by Sonia G. I love this brush. It just blends everything so well. So the next color we are going to use the deep purple eggplanty color that just looks really brown on the lid, but it's more on the cooler tone if you can tell. So this color, you can build it up as dark as you want it. I love how it kind of applies light at first depending on where I want it to be, so in case I mess up I can just, you know, cover it. But I will be placing this color in the outer and in the inner corner of my eyelids, leaving the middle for the pink color later. And I am using the Sonia G mini shader brush, and this is how it looks like. Finally, the pinky purpley color, the plum color, I'm placing this dry in the middle of my lid. Depending on your look, you can leave this subtle just like this, or you can make it more like a punch later with the wet version. You'll see that. But I am using the mini shader again for my middle of my lid by packing it in, and I am using the sand color again with this mini booster by Sonia G again. And this is what I meant by earlier, you can use the crease shade first or after you apply your lid color for blending. It doesn't really matter. I've tried it both ways and it looks the same, so it's just kind of a matter of preference. And if you have like a mini eyes like I do, this mini booster is amazing. Here is me trying it out with just my finger with a dry formula, and I love how it just applies it like that. I think this is my favorite way of applying the lid color. And I am using the Shimmering Sand color for my brow bone and for my inner corner. And I think I might have missed showing that in this video. My camera maybe have died. I don't know. But this is how it looks like. On the pan, it doesn't look that peachy, but on the lid against my skin tone, it really does look more peachy. I am going back with the mini shader brush by Sonia G again, and I did spray my brush with my Morphe setting mist, and as you can see, this is a lot more shimmery than the one before, and I think it looks really pretty like this too. Moving on to the lower lash line, I am using my Shikuhodo pencil brush, and I am applying that all over my lower lash line, and then taking the sand color again, and I will be using this color to blend out the darkest color that I put on the lower lash line. I do this just so that it matches more, you know, for my top upper eyelid. Oh, okay, here it is. So I am actually using the tool that came in the palette for my inner corner highlight. It is just like a little finger. It applies it so pigmented. And for my lips, I will be using Natasha Denona, and this is the shade Andrea. This is such a lovely beige nude for eye looks such as these. I want my lips to look very nude, so this lipstick is perfect. And finally, we are done. And this is the complete look if you are going out on a date. And this look is very romantic. And this honeymoon palette is the perfect palette for this. It is so easy to use, and it's so gorgeous and elegant. Alright guys, so that is it for the look today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments below if you have any Tom Ford quad palettes, and if so, which one do you have and what is your favorite? Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click it below and like this video if you did like it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.